Hey everybody, it's me, Adrienne here, and today I am going to talk about a sensitive subject. Um, I'm in the midst of doing my nails, so I wanted to do this video maybe a day, maybe two ago, but I never got around to it. But as I mentioned, it's a sensitive subject and it's an important subject for our society. And so I'll just let you know what the topic is. These nuts, ha, got 'em. Anyway, if you don't know what that's about, if you watch this in the future, you're gonna be like, what are they talking about? But you can Google like these nuts or long mouth or something. But it's gonna show you a video something like this. And let me find an example of it. Pretty much it's just a joke that's going around. People are pretty much going against how this person looks. They're making jokes at him because he made a video and they're laughing at him. But in all his beauty, he has created joy for the world because many people are just laughing at this constantly and nonstop and making so many videos of it. So he has done a good thing for the world, even though some people are, criticizing for his looks or whatever because he's a little different, or someone might say, he was born special, but his specialness caused the whole world to laugh. So he gets big respect from me. But I'm just gonna say these nuts mean these kind of nuts, okay? So let me just look. But anyway, this is a sensitive subject today, and it's about some topics I have been seeing in the news, and I'm gonna show a video on that if I can find that video too. Let's see. My stuff's pretty slow. Oh, here's the sensitive subject topic. But let me just look more. Let me see. Where's my most recent These Nuts video? But pretty much it's just a joke we do these days. There's another thing that goes around right now, and is inspired by these lips, is where you stick your. We're just a crazy culture. Whoever in the future sees this, we're just crazy. We do anything at any time for no point at all. But anyway, this challenge, you get a glass and stick your lips in it, and then your top and bottom lip both blow up like a balloon. So it's just crazy. I mean, and people are getting lip cuts and all kind of crazy stuff off of it, and it's stupid. Oh, here's one with his picture. You see this guy? I don't know if you can see him very good. He laughs. He leans his head back and says, got him. But here's a joke, if you can see. I don't know if you can or not. Where's my lens at? Oh, down here. Let me see. I don't know if it's gonna play. Oh, I gotta push the link. Technology. In the future, you're probably gonna have brainwave thinking. So whatever you want to pull up out of here, all you gotta do is think about it, and it's gonna do it. If you want to pass a message to somebody, you're gonna be thinking about it, and it just goes to the person. But here's a joke. It's where everybody just takes this man and says these nuts and laughs about it. Oh my God, Becky, look at me. Yes, got it. Now she want a photo. You already. Oh, they didn't even put that. But here you go. Here he is. I want a picture of him in there. But I guess he's at the beginning of that. But I'm just saying it. I'm making this a special presentation for him because you see that? You can barely see, but like I said, Google like long mouth or something like that, these nuts. And pretty much it's just a joke that's going around, but I respect him because he has brought so much joy into my life over these last few days, because I'm just a these nuts kind of jokester, and I will say it at any time. And I was feeling a little bad because these nuts had started to expire and nobody was saying it or even getting the joke. But now it's back and I can start fulfilling my prophecy to spread this joke around as well. But in respect to him, he might get teased for his appearance or whatever, but he is bringing joy to the world, so it's respectable in that fact. The other thing I was trying to get to was let's see, my My post page is just so full of crap. I need to stop reposting all this stuff. But like I told you in my last video, I don't have topics, so I might read something, just like it, and repost and repost and repost. These things have nothing to do with nothing, really. I'm trying to find it. Where is it? Uh, Dang it. I need my other phone to be on. Just why didn't I bring that in here? Put it on Wi-Fi or something. So I can have all these things going. I lost it, but pretty much the subject of today, the main subject, apart from respecting those who are different from us, and if they are doing something for us, then don't try to attack their appearance. Appreciate who they are. Thank you for making me laugh today. That's what he should be getting, but instead he gets all kind of flack. Okay, I can't find the original, but this is one with the another guy. He might curse or something, so excuse me. But I don't know what he's gonna say. But he's watching this video. And the topic today is abuse and domestic abuse. I've been seeing a lot of posts about woman gets killed today by husband. I mean, it's always the same story. It never ends. But just take a look at the violence in this video, where 3 boys who are supposed to be gangbanging, I don't know what they're supposed to be doing, but they jumped this girl for no apparent reason at all. And it's good that this boy is on here, because his reaction to the video, watching it, is the same that anybody would react. Like, what the? I gotta go get these boys, because I got one in particular, especially my eyes on, because I don't appreciate. I mean, these young men need some help. They need a talking to. They need some changes in their life, and I'm just watching it play while I'm talking. But I'm gonna try to let you see it if my video lets you. But I'm gonna put it up to the screen. Let me say rated PG for violence against rated R for violence against women, and he might say some curses too. So just watch what happened. The girl is in the pink. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see. Why your heart beating so fast? Let me put it back. Let me try to work with my color. Let me see if that makes it better. Yeah, you can see it more like that. I'm going to pull it back, and I'm going to push play again and let you see. Let me turn to the side. Me and technology aren't working today. I don't know why. Okay, let's try this one more time. Look at this.
Serious? Boy, I'm waking up and I see this shit. Look at my eyes. Y'all niggas is bugging out, that ass. This shit not even a joke. I'm not even trying to play around, but that ass y'all niggas is wild. Y'all jumped a female? How the fuck y'all look? Y'all look mighty pussy to me. I don't know where y'all niggas from, but it can't be from New York. I hope Shorty got family. Mad brothers, mad cousins. Cause y'all niggas gonna get y'all's, that ass. Y'all niggas bugging out. What are you doing?
Yeah, I thought he was gonna curse. So, excuse the explicits, but he has a point where someone would get so heated because they see a group of boys, or supposed to be men, jump on a woman, and that's pretty much the thing you see in the news all day. And it's actually what I think in my mind is like terrorism against women, because just imagine woman is a country, okay, and just you can imagine how America is. anytime someone comes over with a bomb or threatens us in any kind of way from some other place, then we're all for that. Our country, we stand up. I mean, you can look at 9/11. Someone came in with the Twin Towers, fly planes into them, trying to destroy a piece of America. And we all band together and we say, you know what, this can't go on. So we're going to implement laws. We're going to band together. We're going to protect our borders. We're going to look more into the people who did this to us so we can stop that. But at the same time, we have women who are living right in the country who go through this kind of terrorism every single day, and we do nothing at all about it. And it's the saddest thing because we should be banding together just like people band together for the country. But instead, you know what a abused person does, or abused girl or woman, or even a man who's abused? What they get is, oh, you're weak, you're dumb, you're stupid for being there. But they throw out these, what do you call it? They throw out, I gotta plug up my thing too. Where's my plug? But I'll get to that later. They throw out these name calling of people because they are in a situation where they think, oh, you should go and do something else. You're stupid to be there. But they don't know that every situation is different. And in many situations, a woman or a man who's partnered with someone, or whether you go to school and get bullied or whatever, it's a situation that usually you can't just escape out of. You might have kids or something that's keeping you there. Also, like if you're in school, you have to be there, or you get in trouble or whatever. You have to be in that environment. So it's not a fast escape. It's not like you can just say, I was abused and then hop up and go. And a lot of times from stories that I know for myself, a lot of times there are the places that are put in place to assist you in abuses and getting away from violent acts like that. They aren't really doing the whole 100% job that they should to help you out. I know stories where someone is in an abusive relationship and they try to call, like right here in Houston area Women's Center. And one of the first questions that they were asked is pretty much, do you have a car? Because the only safe place we have is in Pasadena. And the person doesn't stay in Pasadena. They stay right here in Houston. So how would they get to the safe place in Pasadena? There should be funds right here in Houston instead of trying to send them somewhere far away. Or I know another story where someone goes to try to get a restraining order from the person, and the caseworkers, they sit down and listen to the whole story about the abuse, and they leave the woman feeling like, oh, what you just told me isn't good enough to take to the judge or even begin the processes of legal processes to get you a restraining order, and just walks the person out of the office and just didn't really care about if that person was going to live or die tomorrow. So I'm an advocate for many things: homelessness, the hungry, what else? Also kids on the street. I don't like to see them get just thrown in the system, and also abuse. That's some of my top advocacies. So I have a number where I have an ad also, where pretty much you can call if you are realizing, because sometimes when you're in an abusive situation, you can realize, oh, this is going to be one of those heated kind of days. I already see this person has a bad mood or attitude. So let me go ahead and try to find alternate places to stay. So if you give that number a call, which I can say now it's not my real number, it's like an app phone number, but it still comes to my phone. It's 832-280-5801. So you can call there, and I will help you as much as I can within my own power, and also get you in contact with like areas or places in this area that can assist you, or whatever area you're in. So it's very important to try to help out. It's just like if this was 9/11 and there's the Twin Towers tearing down, there's something that you can do. I mean, if you're afraid to get involved, you can always go to authorities and say, I hear a disturbance next door or anything like that. Have some kind of care about your neighbor, because obviously you don't want to see that woman the next day on the news saying, I just got shot, like I just saw. I just reposted like 2 days ago. That's what had the topic on my mind. Just like 2 days in a row, 2 women got shot. one of the stories, like I'm saying, it's kind of all. Sometimes it can be predictable, or you can see that you're finna go in a violent situation. So, in one of my stories that I reposted, is saying that a woman, she had called. She tried to get some help. She called her mom and her sister, and they came over, but it was too late. She had already gotten shot by the boyfriend. And in the stories, it says that the woman probably knew that she was about to die. So it's unfortunate that every time you turn on the news, it's always another act of violence, and it's 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 a root problem. These men, or if it's women who's beating on men, or men who's beating on women, whoever does it, excuse me, then it's just how they're grown up, and it's also, this is why it's important to come to a point where you realize I'm this, and this is what my life has been, and I'm gonna keep on trying to find out who God is and how He wants my life to be. So that's what it's all about. Because when you realize that you have become a certain way, you've grown up because maybe you didn't have the love that you wanted from your parents or whatever, then it's your responsibility to say, you know what, I'm moody, I'm attitude-ish, I switched from Jekyll and Hyde because of my background, because of how I was raised up. So it's my responsibility to be better than that and take any steps that I can do to be better than that. So that's why it's good to share the gospel to other people, because a lot of people are not paying attention to, you know, just because you are grown up a certain way doesn't mean you have to be that way all your life, or it doesn't mean that that's the perfect way for you that you're supposed to be, pretty much. So that's all I'm pretty much saying. I put my phone number on here. There's an ad in Craigslist that I reposted. If you know anybody who's in trouble, help them, talk to them. I mean, maybe report it to someone. The last thing that the woman or the abused person wants to do is, of course, turn in the person who's doing it to them, because they don't see that person as the Jekyll they turn into. It's always been the Hyde. And all of a sudden the Jekyll comes out of nowhere because that person's reacting off of their spirit that they've allowed to get inside themselves, and also their negative background or history. And that's usually the top things. It could be they're reacting off of something else, like if they're under the influence of alcohol or drugs or anything like that. It could be that too. So for whatever reasons, pretty much, it's about caring for your fellow American. And it's not just to say, yeah, I care about you, and I'm gonna get you far away from your spouse, because even advocate places for abuse, they don't just say that, oh, you must be away from the spouse, but they tell you that there has to be a way that you two can be together where you don't have to go through that. It's about working through a process. It's not trying to say, oh, I'm gonna ruin this person's life and then get this person out, because at the end of the day, that person is actually loving that person who's treating them like crap or treating them wrong. But it's always it's supposed to be a growth process. You know, for whatever reasons, there's violence in that situation. For whatever reason, those boys, you know, decided to beat on a girl. I mean, probably for, I don't know, for whatever. At the end of the video, they're shouting out like gang names or whatever. Maybe it was for initiation. Who knows what they were doing it for? But the whole point is they didn't see anything wrong with it, because probably they're sitting in a household where their parents are going through the same thing, and they don't. That's the reason there has to be change, even though the woman doesn't want it to occur. She doesn't want to be in that violent situation where she's being fought on or whatever. So if you're a neighbor, like I said, reach out to the police, ask them to come over, see what's going on in the side of that household, because you don't know if it's going to be a fight that's going to end that woman's life, or whether you can save their life by just helping and intervening. So because kids do learn by what they're around. And if a kid sees that their mom just goes into violence and there's this angry man, and especially if he has respect for that angry man, some boys come away from the relationship and be like, oh, I saw my mom go through that. I don't never want to treat a woman like that. I mean, it's depending who you are. Some kids are just followers, and they'll just say, oh, that's how my dad was, and he got the respect in the household, so that's how I'm going to be too. But in any situation, it's not good for those kids to be around that. So whatever means necessary, it's good to just, have some kind of separation until people can come to a clear conclusion that, oh, it doesn't have to be this. We don't have to be at each other's throat. And sometimes that might take a day to be separated. It might take years. It might just have to deal with don't be with that person at all. And that's why I do my little part. It's a very little part, but it is as much as that I can do at this point in my life. So like I said, if you see that there's possibly, if you've been arguing all day, like if you've gone to work and you're at home or you're at work too, either way, and you're on the phone and you see it's already tension, then that should already be a sign that, oh, we probably get in a big argument, we probably get into a fight. So who can I call? Some people, a lot of the times the abuser separates you from your family or friends or from anyone just so they can have complete control of you. It's a mental state where they want to control you, and you got to recognize. I mean, if you have nobody to stand up for you, you got to know that God's got your back and that he's going to have you stand up for yourself. So it's all about control. And once you notice that, you begin to take control back. Don't ever, if you're in a situation where it's you and that person, if it's come down to it, where that person's got a gun to you or whatever, it's all about survival. You got, at that point, it's no help on the outside. You got to, number one, be faithful that in your thoughts that you know that God's got you, and also he's going to defend you in that moment. But hopefully, I don't wish that on anybody, so I don't want that to happen to anybody. But it comes down to that. If your back's against the wall, all you can do is fight for yourself. So sometimes over time, that can show that there's no control over me but God. The only control over me is God. And that kind of confidence can build you up to do anything and to go anywhere and to, go through anything. And it makes you stronger at the end of the day. Because once someone knows they've got you, if you just quiver under someone's iron fist, so to speak, then they already know, oh, this person's just going to do whatever I say do, and I can treat them as much crap as I want to and give them all the crap in the world, and they are going to accept it. But you don't have to accept it at all. You can do, there's, like I always say, there's like a 1,000,000-man march out there. You don't have to pick just one. If over time, as you've grown, you see that, hey, this is not working out or whatever, or you're not being treated how you want to, you don't have to be with anybody, not even the 1,000,000-man march. You can find strength in your own self and be with your own self. It doesn't take you and a man. Sometimes we always have this feeling, as humans, we want to connect with somebody else. But that connection can also apply to God. You don't have to have, there was a post today. There's always a post. Ooh, I push play. There's always a post, but what's that post say? Pretty much it was a post that says, oh, there it goes. Don't get distracted. But they didn't spell distracted as distracted. They spelled it differently, saying don't get distracted by a penis or whatever genitalia, just so you can, feel good and fulfill your fleshly sexual urges. Sometimes you feel like, oh, I can't live without this person. And sometimes that may be the case. If you have gotten in a relationship, let's use an example. If you got in a relationship real young and you've given your virginity or whatever, and you've made your mind up that's saying that, oh, I'm going to stick in this relationship and this is going to be the one that I'm going to be with. That can be hard to separate from, because you're thinking, if I do happen to go outside of myself and get out of the relationship, then I'm breaking my own vows or my own beliefs to just sleep with one or whatever. There's so many scenarios of why people stay in a relationship. And at the end of the day, it's not something that God would want you to do, to be facing death when he came to give you life. That's pretty much the message of the whole thing. God came to give you life. Jesus died for you to give you life. He didn't die so you can die too. Whenever you see your life, that's what you got to compare it to. Did my Jesus Christ die for this? Whatever life we have, it should be purposeful for him. No matter what we do, it should have a purpose to it, and something should come of it. We shouldn't just be sitting around thinking, oh, this is my life to waste, how I want to waste it. No, don't waste life. Do as much as you can. And in the little bits at this moment, how the little things that I do, whether it be these videos or read the Bible on Sundays or whatever, little things, put out ads for abused people or just whatever you can do, just give back to the world, because that's what you're here for. You're not just here to grab and say, oh, everything is for me. Now, I'm just waiting for this video to shut off. It told me 14%, but that might last a long time. I don't know. I thought it was going to cut off on its own. But I'm just going to hurry up and summarize it, see if I have anything else to talk about. This is another subject that I could go on for over and over and over again. On so many topics, so much to dwell into. I mean, to really discuss it. These were just the surface things today, but it's just always a big mixture of everything. The whole point is that women who are in this situation, who are being bullied or abused in any kind of way, verbally, mentally, sexually, what else is there? Psychologically, physically, I don't know, it has to be something, well, all the least. However you are being treated wrong, you don't have to stand for that. And if you need help, then places might not help you, but there's always a God who's going to help you. And at the end of the day, he's not going to let you fall. He's going to let you come out stronger. And he's going to let you realize your worth, that you're priceless and valuable, and that he loves you a lot. So, let me just think. Is there anything else I forgot? Oh, yeah. These nuts. Ha! Got them. But anyway, off of that, forget about these nuts. Just everybody, treat everybody good. If you have a bad attitude, don't hop into a relationship. I mean, manipulators, they have pretty much an idea what this is the one to stay away from, because this is what you're gonna go through all the time with this type of personality. A manipulative personality, one that thinks that he's in control. Or I see a lot of posts that always say, "Ooh, I low key like when he what's the word? Something like boss me around or something." I mean, who? I don't know. If you're looking for that personality, then you're gonna get what you're looking for. I mean, it don't take that. That's not what love is. People have forgotten what love is, and they're going around making all kind of posts saying, F love. I mean, forget love. Forget this. Forget that. You never had love. That's not love that you were experiencing. That was your mixed up thought about what your feelings had wanted at that moment in time. That's not exactly what love is. Go to God. He's the only one who's really going to show you what real love is. He tells you plainly what it is, and he shows it. He's not just a talker. He's a walker. That's to apply to anybody. Anybody say they love you, watch they walk it out first. Don't just accept it. Oh yeah, they said they love me, because there's all kinds of love. There's lust love. There's just all kinds of weird mixed up kind of love. But the one love that's true, the one love that you're looking for, is the love that God has and that God provides. And that one is explained clearly in the Bible. It just tells you what love is going to do for you. And I'm trying to think of the words. Love is patient, love is kind. That whole speech in 1 Corinthians 13. Just read that and you'll say, this is love. And anything besides that is not love, usually. Also, God shows how he loves you by Jesus Christ. God acted it out. He said, I so love the world, which is you and me. I so love the world that I gave my only son. And he didn't have to. I mean, he could have stayed himself in heaven, ruled the world, and didn't have to save us at all, and just let us come all to our own conclusions when it's time for us to pass away. He could just let us all go to hell. But he loved us so much that he said, you know what, I'm going to take a piece of me, sacrifice it, and say, this piece of me is worth all your sins. Now, just believe in it and confess that, you have been a sinner. Lean on Jesus Christ, which is me, and then I'll forgive your sins. Lay down your life and just like I laid down my life. That's the whole thing. It's a swap. It's a swap. If you're really accepting God, then He's saying, here, this is what's going to balance it out. This is you loaded down with sins. I'm up here, I'm highly, but I'm going to come down low, and I'm going to put myself on a cross. And here I am on the cross. Now, I lift you high, but don't try to be higher than me. Oh, don't do that. Humble yourself. Lower yourself and say, you know what? I was a sinner, and I'm going to adjust my life where I lay down all my fleshly desires, all the things that I want to do that's against you, and I'm not gonna be up here highly exalted. I'm gonna be right beside you and equal things out. And that's the whole thing. You can't be higher and you're not gonna be lower, but with Christ you're gonna be right side by side with Him. And I think that was a good way to put it, all on the spot. So you are welcome. Anyway, that is the whole subject. Of course, in the future I'm gonna, when I want to go more into the topics, I'm going to say this subject and other subjects that I've talked about in the past over again, but in a different way, and talk more about what should be talked about, because it goes so much. It goes into trying to figure out what happened to that abuser, why they have that attitude now, what kind of spirit have they let inside of themselves where they have to treat other people like this, and the woman, how she's come to accept and develop a spirit of where she's not doing anything to prevent the actions that's going on, and the children who are involved, and the other people who are involved, and people who ridicule on the outside looking in, and just the whole compoundment of everything. I can't believe this recording hasn't just snapped off on me. I guess 14% is a lot, but not on this thing usually. But I don't know. It's just hard to say goodbye. I don't want to just push this red button. But if you want to, you can, let me just say my commercial. If you want to, you can go to daviddancer.com, take that forgiveness challenge. And I'm going to just repeat that ever so often so you can remember to do it. Instead of listen, the world would rather do the thick lip challenge, which is not going to do nothing. You're not biting your lip. You're scratching your lip by sticking your lips into a glass, okay? And they're getting cut because the glass is exploding or whatnot. I mean, these pictures look so stupid. You got 2 bubbles on your lips, okay? You're just wasting time being foolish. But I'm putting out this great challenge where you can challenge yourself, you can challenge your friends, you can exercise in the midst of it. I mean, you can dance. I mean, what's bad about that? But anyway, 18 or older, younger than that, get your parents' permission, because you don't just want to have wild dances all on the screen and your parents are like, what this? So anyway, think of all the things that you've gone through. Be prepared to make yourself anew. Go ahead and dance out all the pain on record, post it on your site, and then you forgive others, you forgive yourself, and others forgive you. And it can be repetitive. It can be a ripple effect where it just affects everybody. Instead of just putting, where's a glass? Do I have a glass, for example, where you're just sticking your, I don't know. I don't get I don't know. I'm not following like that, and I don't, just because I don't care if my lips was super thin. I'm not finna stick my lips and record that just for the fun of it. I mean, nothing. But that would have been a good part for my camera to go off on. But anyway, I'm finna push this red button because I don't have nothing else to talk about. I'm finna go do my nails. I was pretty upset that I lost this design from earlier in the week. I don't know, Facebook, what you doing with the post? Every time this always happens, I say, oh, this design is cute. I'm going to do something like this on my next nail. And then when I go back, I should take a screenshot of it. When I go back, it's missing. And I lose the whole design idea. But it's all good. I guess I'll just paint them like in a pink. It is springtime, y'all. So how you like those stormy days we had? You can comment on that. Would this tablet just go off? we had so many days in a row. If you see on my post, I was getting so annoyed because that weatherman kept popping in and beeping. I mean, for no reason at all. One time he popped in talking about, oh, whenever news breaks, we break in. The news ain't broke. This the same old news I heard 2 hours ago. I mean, just every second. I'm glad that was over with. I don't know what their problem was, but they just kept on sending us beeps through the phone. I even cut my alerts off, and then here comes a big beep on my screen. I'm like, everything's cut out. How'd you get through? Then on the TV, I don't know. They were just having a good old time. But I'm glad that's over. Not because of the rain, because I do like rainy weather. It just relaxes you, but because of the beeps. And with that beep, these nights.